Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting beer review and another Spezial export from Baden-Württemberg. What do we have today? Today we have Adler Brauerei located in Wiernsheim, and it comes in this Euro bottle shape. As you can see, the thick bottle shape, it's called Euro bottle. And it's another of those remaining breweries from Baden-Württemberg that I haven't had before on the channel. First time that I'm having a beer from this brewery, and it's the Spezial export, which is probably the best sold beer sold from this brewery. Always right time for a Spezial export, which is basically an export, maybe a little bit more interesting in its taste. That's my experience when a beer is having the name Spezial as well. But it's a very, very small and old brewery, just the way I like it. Traditional brewery, not modern fancy beer styles, but traditional German beer styles. And the impression is just the way I like it in every way. Small town, old looking brewery, old fashioned, just the way I like it real much. I really hope that they're gonna survive just like all other breweries that I'm having, and that's why I'm reviewing them, because I want them to receive attention and so on, so people can buy the beers, support the brewery so they can survive. That's what it's all about. Now, no back labels, but let's take a closer look at the front label of this Adler Bräu Spezial export located in Wiernsheim. Top label with the logo and the crown cap, which is unique for the brewery. So I'm gonna give you more information about the brewery later on in the review, but let's start with, of course, open up the bottle. Smoke coming out, showing that it's in the right temperature, and let's pour it up into the, as I always say for the beer cell, well-fitting glass. Important to choose the right type of glass for the beer cell. This glass fits quite nice with a Spezial export in my opinion, or a fest beer. Also pour it up, of course, in the correct way so you achieve the right taste, unleash the right aromas from the hops. My technique is that I pour up quite fast to build up this foam head. Let's get the aroma as well, which is really something well tasting. Tastes really nice. So there we have it all. Look how beautiful it is. Cloudy, hard to see through, like a really nice export. The aroma is really fantastic, so let's give it a try. Adler Bräu Wiernsheim Spezial export. Prost. Really nice, easy to drink, well tasting, well balanced, even though it's not an everyday beer, but a Spezial export with 5.3 alcohol content. It's really easy and really has many dimensions to it. Definitely a recommendation. Very high quality. The best quality in the world is this small, very old breweries having, that is focusing on the quality and not on mass producing beers, focusing on high quality ingredients and a longer brewing process. That makes, of course, a shorter shelf time, shorter lifetime for the beer. Like in this case, it says Naturtrüb here on the label, which means that it is unfiltered, and that of course adds more dimensions to the flavor, but it also shortens the lifetime of the beer. It says here on the label seit 1865 in Wiernsheim nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot gebraut. Zutaten Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen, Hefe. Adler Bräu bei der Linde 575446 Wiernsheim, Adler Bräu GI. So it was founded 1865 in the small town of Wiernsheim, where it's still located, of course. Really nice family brewery, small family brewery, passed on from generation to generation. I like that really much. Really well tasting. Also, it seems like the fantasy is quite low when it comes to naming a brewery. This is called Adler Bräu, basically, and there are many other breweries in the area that is called Adler Bräu, Hirschbräu, Löwenbräu, Schwanenbräu, Kaiserbräu, and names like that. That seems very popular to name the breweries of animals, and basically those 4 animals is something that I see very often on small breweries, and the reason for that might be that when you enter the town and you see the brewery, there is a sign with that animal beside the brewery and the brew pub, and seems like a thing that they come up with an idea to call the brewery and the brew pub after an animal. But this is really amazing. Might be hard for you to find, of course, if you're not in Wiernsheim, but it's anyway a recommendation. I really hope that you're going to do some research about this brewery and look for yourself. The impression is really high quality. I can also, as I always do, show you some information from one of my books about breweries from the region. This is a good book, which I recommend if you wanna try different breweries from the area. This is a nice book to start with. Information about all breweries in Baden-Württemberg, and of course also information about Adler Brauerei from Wiernsheim. It says here, gut, ehrlich, schwäbisch, Adler Bräu bei der Linde, Wiernsheim. So it's a very southern part of Baden-Württemberg. It has 2 beer styles according to this book, Export and Leopils. Also some seasonal wines, Hefeweizen, Doppelbock, and a Sommerbier, according to this book. As I mentioned earlier, very many breweries which having the same name. I can mention the right here, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 breweries that is calling themselves Adler Bräu, and it might be the same with other breweries that is also having those popular names. Lamm Brauerei is another example of an animal that is very common on small old local breweries like this one. But this is a nice one. See you next German beer review.